Good evening, everyone, and a Star Saber once again. Now, the thing about the Padme teams is, like I mentioned in the previous video with General Grievous, I think we're working towards closer to a rock, paper, scissors meta. Now, we're not really certain what the rock, paper, scissors are going to be, but there's actually a variety of teams that are in play right now. One that you see here with AXM Jocks is the usual Malik lineup that you're used to, but it has a Brood Elf instead of Sith Trooper. That one seems to be one of my more difficult matches there. I tend to avoid those with the Padme team because what will typically happen is a lot of the forced taunts go to Malik, and that causes usually Ahsoka or Anakin to get feared a lot. So I try to avoid those for the most part. Another option you don't see a lot of here, but you do see some Jedi Revans, and Jedi Revans are a bit of a roll of the dice here. So when you run into them, the reason that that's such a big deal is the direct focus can be targeting anybody, and that will pretty much not 100% guarantee the loss of that character in throughout the battle, but it definitely makes it more likely. The one advantage Padme teams have against Jedi and Revan is call to assist add protection to the Padme teams. However, like I mentioned here, we also have the risk of a lot of damage going to one character very quickly. So you use the high damage characters, it can very quickly go against you, and it's a little less predictable than, say, the Malik, Darth Revan standard teams, or the as I showed you previously, the General Grievous team. My Padme team hasn't changed. Same characters, same mods, same turnover as I use for other battles. But I'm going to go into it here. It might win or might lose. If you'll see how it plays out. It's not necessarily as predictable as you'd like it to be. So first thing's going to happen, direct focus. Okay, it goes to Ahsoka. Not surprising. One of the more common things here. Kenobi throws up taunt, which he tends to take some of the damage. The nice thing about Ahsoka here, if she does take it, she does have the crit immunity out the gate. That will help you quite a bit. And she does a lot of assist attacks. And that will help you quite a bit as well. I like to focus Anakin at the start. Main reason for that being is he tends to be the one that will kill things the quickest, and he does when his teammates get low. He also gets that extra attack. So I try to make him one of the first things I take out and trigger Savior on, because you don't want him to trigger Savior too soon, because he can do a lot of damage that way. But he's gonna do it eventually. Now, when you got Padme here, if you don't have a lot of debuffs on, it's not necessarily much use in using her cunning. So what you do is, instead of graceful assault, that can stun your Jolee much of the time. Not necessarily, because he's very high tenacity, but it's still a lot of damage too, which is a very nice benefit here. And when your characters get low, you can use Jedi Anakin, maybe finish him off. There we go. So now I lost one, he lost one, he lost Jolee. That's kind of the big difference maker. So now it's really Anakin that's a threat. Might as well use this here, get some protection up, bring on Kenobi, take out Jedi and Anakin. Now you kind of work your way through the team where you can throw up some counters. Comes in real handy because Jedi and Anakin, if he does hit somebody with a counter, can do a lot of damage. And unfortunately, got foresights up, so not really going to hit anybody at this point. We'll go ahead and pop a foresight. And another one. Padme's got a few courage stacks up, might do a lot of damage, so we're going to focus it on Jedi Revan. Not enough to kill him, but we can go ahead and do a mass assist, take him out. So now we have pretty good control of this match. Lost Jedi Anakin, so not perfect, but we still have Padme, we still have General Kenobi, so we can kind of control this match a little bit at this point. Continue to work our way around it. It's going to be tough because there's a lot of foresights on this team, and Yoda's still a heavy hitter, so that's something to be aware of. So it's a lot of durability on one team versus a lot of damage on the other. So it's just a attrition match at this point. You got Yoda with stealth, and that's something that happens naturally with 3PO. And he's going to spread that a lot. But now, courage is your friend. Try to use it as much as possible. Call to assist, usually to General Kenobi, because you like to add protection to him. Now we've got the advantage here. We just really have to kind of focus on Grandmaster Yoda here. And I don't think he's going to be able to take this team out before we take him. So, shouldn't be much of an issue. Just continue around. And he's gone. So, like I said, less predictable fight. One, I don't avoid it, but I know going into it, it's going to create a lot of reacting and not a lot of planning the way some of the other teams would. So that's just give you an idea of the Padme versus Jedi or the Jedi and Revan teams. Next, we'll in the series of Padme videos, we'll focus on a Darth Revan team. I'll probably move on Natty Bumpu first, and then when I do my follow-up battle, probably after payout, I will try to focus on a standard Malak meta team with Sith Trooper. Any questions, please ask in Discord or line as applicable, and we'll try to deal with them accordingly. Sando Star Saber signing out.